I think we're live. It was a lot of setup. Okay, this is the C WPF. Okay, let's start our C project. Now, it's a WPF project. WF. Okay, it's the okay. Music a bit too loud. Now it should be fine. Now there are two WPF application types. This one and this one that is .NET framework. We'll be using this one. The name will be productivity app. Next, .NET. The difference is that this is using .NET, but the other one I think is .NET framework or core. Like the main difference is that this is more newer version, and it supports cross-platform output. You can easily compile your application for Linux, Windows, and Mac. So this is the view for creating an application. It's quite simple and easy. Our goal is to, within 2 hours, finish this application. What's the application? Yesterday I quickly jot down an idea for this. This is a vague idea for it. I want to be able to see my one second. This is okay. Let me lower audio a bit more. It's quite early in the morning. That's why I may be not as reactive as usually. Okay. Now, the idea. My idea is that I want to quickly be able to see like where has my time went, and like, for example, if possible, to see here an expectation of how I want my time to be spent. For example, this is for a whole week. I want my whole week to be like almost 50-50 YouTube and university, a little bit of time of relaxation, and the rest is like other. It's whatever else. It doesn't have some sort of category. And I want to see this application should track my time, and I want to see in reality what the situation is of where my time is going. And this should be my free time. For example, if you work for a company, like you're working there, and when you come back here, that's when you actually use this application to track your personal time. right now for me it's tracking all of my time every day. This first version. So for example, I should see easily that with much more time is spent on just relaxation, a little bit more on YouTube, and less on university. So as I see this, for example, on Wednesday for the entire week, I can quite early on make a change and start focusing more on university just by seeing this. Because right now, without this application, I have no idea where my time is going on a bigger scale. That's why I made first this version, and there was a version before this, where I track my time. And this version, I just type what I'm focusing on, and then hit start. The issue is that this is too granular. I get a list of everything, like I'll show you. Visual Studio, this, start. This is the first version of the application that I made. Here I get, for example, this is just an example of how the first version looked like. This finished the WPF C# application for the entire month. Like almost an hour has been spent. This is for the week. This is for today. And this is just the debugging version. So I pick one of these, accept, and then hit start, and it starts tracking my time. The problem is that it's too granular. I don't get a sense, like I don't get the sense of at a more higher level what's happening, where my time is going. So here, for example, as I see that relaxation is a bit more and university is too little, I can just click on university and it will start a timer just focused on university. The main question is, like, it's to how will I get these granular focus sessions? Like, it's not just, for example, YouTube, it's YouTube and a stream in my case, like a bit more granularity. And I think I will do it with more tags. These are the general tags, the first ones: relaxation, YouTube, university, and other. And when I pick, for example, YouTube, I would have subtags and maybe a graph like this just for YouTube, where it's for YouTube it's streaming, long form, shorts, and I can, if I want, I can just start recording time just for YouTube, but I can go even more granular by selecting more tags. For example, YouTube and another tag for streaming, and when I start the timer, it will not just increase the YouTube timer, but also for streaming. This is my idea of how I want it to be, but I'll make a slight change. This was initially yesterday my idea, but while the time passed, I got a better idea. I will remove this top part, duplicate. Now I will remove this top part, and it will be just this, what's in reality, like priorities, etc. And here I will have my timer. For example, I've selected YouTube. Here it will say YouTube, and then I can go even further. For example, this will update with the tags only for YouTube, for example, streaming, and it can update streaming. And here I'll just have a start button, and it will just track the time. This is the version that I want. For this version, I wanted to have also this app to tell me how much time I wanted this app to predict how much time I have to work with for the entire week, and for each one to predict how much time I will have for it. I planned this to be like it sees for the previous week how much time I spent, and the week before that, and like that for the past 4 weeks to see how much time I've recorded. And for this current week, it will say most likely you will work this amount of hours. And with the expectations you've set, for example, for the entire week, in reality, let's say it predicts that 40 hours I will work. And for this priority for YouTube, for example, it would say that it's like 15 hours. Just so I can get a sense like how much time I have to work with. This was my initial idea, but let's stick with this bit simpler idea, and maybe we'll be able to add this expectation of how much time like this prediction on how much time I'm expected to invest in each of them, and the prediction to be quite good. This will be quite packed stream. We will go over databases. We'll go over entity frameworks. We'll go over C WPF. We'll go over quite a lot of stuff. It will be quite packed. 40 minutes has passed. Let's start with this. Let me set this up. Okay. Now, for the initial design, now first we'll focus on the design, then some basic functionalities, and then we'll focus on the database, on designing the database schema. First, let's try to create this design. So these will be tags. There will be no, we will not be able to set for each session a name. Like this will be a session. Just hitting start and stop will be one session. This will be stored in the database as when the moment in time I hit start and the moment of time I hit end. So let's just implement this start button and the timer, and then we will add these things. This is quite simple to add. It's made quite simple. So first is the whole layout. First is the whole layout. I'll use a grid and I'll separate it like this would be one row, this is one row, and this one row. I'm not sure here if it should be 2 or 1 rows. Yeah, let's do it like this should be 2 rows. So in total 4 rows with one column. Here in WPF, it's quite similar actually to CSS. It's quite similar. So I have my grid. Here I can, and there's not much programming here when designing the layout. So for row definition, let's add 4 rows. We have our rows. Now let's add a button. Button. Let me search. I think it should be here. And then here we will have a timer. I think it's label or text box. Now look at how like their styling is not great. We can easily change it. Now let's select the button. Let's make it, right now it has some margins. Let's remove them. Let me first check if stream is correct. Okay, stream is working as intended. Did I mute it? Yes. Now, let's remove the margins. Layout. Here it is. Okay, we remove the margins. Now we want to center the button. Can I make it? No. And let's make the font bigger. Let's make the font bigger. And let's say it's start. Here in content, let's change it to start. And okay, I have to switch to standing. It will be just for 10 minutes. Me being in standing mode. And then after 10 minutes I'll sit again. Let's add padding. Let's search padding and let's add 5 padding or 10. Okay, and the label, like what was the font size for this? 48. Let's change this to 48 as well. And this will be our timer. Okay, let's also remove the margin and let's center it. Good. And what else? We need these tags. Also, I want this to be a lot bigger. Let's change the grid to in row definitions. In row definitions, we will set this to, like here, each one is the same height because all of them are a 1. But for example, if this is a 2, it will make it bigger, and this, if it's 2, it will make these 2 bigger. And I think this is enough. And one more thing. If possible, can I make this smaller and this bigger? Now I can make this a 3, this a 2, and the other one is a 1. Okay. This much better. Now this will be a start-stop button. Here I will have my tags. How will we add new tags? Because right now we haven't set priorities. I want there to be a way for adding tags and also selecting them. Because here I have existing tags. I want to be able to we have to figure out how can we make, like, not how to make it with code, but how to make it in the UI. Like, should there be a button here, add tag? Let's see now. Like, one option is to have somewhere a button to open another window where we can manage all our tags. We can add a tag, edit. Where should this button be? It can be right here near the start button. Like, let's create this button. No color. So it could be it could be here, and it would be like how can I add text? Okay, tags, and it could be here. Or here, or here. Let's just put it let's just put it in the center, close to the start button. So right now, if I add it, there's gonna be a problem because our grid has only one column, and when I remove for this button tags, if I remove its margins and I center it, it will put it right here, but I want them to be next to each other. That's why I will need I think it's a stack panel. A stack panel, and I'll remove the buttons and add them to the stack panel. But how? How can I add? Let's close it. Stack panel. Okay, and let's put them inside the stack panel. Stack panel is just so we can have them side by side. Here it's more horizontally. Now let's change the font for this. I want it to be smaller because it's not that important. But for this button, I want it to be bold if possible. Man, this is a bit ugly. Let's just leave it like this. And for this one, let's also add padding. And we need margin. But first let's change the stack panel. If possible to make it horizontal, okay. And centered. Nice. What's this margin? No, it's not like a gap. Fine. And now for start, let's add a margin. I want them to be, okay, like I want the tags to be to the right. Now let's add margin to the tags button to the left, 10, and start button to the right, 10. Okay. This will be managing our tags. And by default, if we press the start button without picking a tag, it should go to other. So the other tag should be there from the start. Yeah, and here to have the other label. One thing I'm wondering is how to make this sort of thing, like this bar here, separated that you can click on, because there isn't something like that. There isn't something like that inside the toolbox. Like if I type bar, I have progress bar. Okay, I can go back to sitting. No. How much time we have left? 30 minutes. Okay, an hour and 30 minutes. Let's speed this up. Now, let's see this progress bar or what it is. Let's check it out. Progress bar. What properties does it have? Let's search WPF progress bar. Okay, it's something like this, that I can indicate some kind of progress. But so one idea is to no, it can't. I can't see it working with a progress bar. I cannot see it working with a progress bar because, like, this is a progress bar, this is a progress bar, like, I cannot see it working. What I can do is I can make these to be just buttons. Now let's delete this. we'll just have here a stack panel because the buttons should be right next to each other like these ones. And even let's test out quickly. No, first is the stack panel. I have to speed up because time is running out. I hate when there's a time crunch, but there's no other way. Button. Okay. The stack panel should be horizontal. And look at how it is right now. So each of our buttons, like we can start it even now. Here it is. Each of our buttons will be our tags. The width will be how much time we've invested in them. And we will be able to actually click on them. And here we'll have a label. Let's do this. Label. I really need to speed this up. Okay, label. It will be to the left. What happened? What? Let me select the label. Now the label should be to the left center and remove margin. And let's add some other, like let's say that is the default selected tag. No, it should be focus dots none. Current focus none. It's not the default one other. Because if it was the default one here other as a priority, it should show probably subtags. It should probably show subtags. And if there's a default selection order, like I will not have my priority selections here, because when we've selected a priority, I want sub priorities. Like this bar should change. I cannot have a default selection right now, for sure. Okay, let's add more buttons. Let's say, yeah, let's do one more. Like this, for example, is what was it? Chill, YouTube, University, other. And now I want their width to be calculated automatically, because right now there's this empty space. How to make it possible? Okay, let's see the stack panel if it has some options. I can make it centered. No. Let's leave it like that. No, I can make the button. It's expanding right now. So it's just the width. Instead of it being auto, it will be like this. Like we did it here. There's an issue. Like I've changed the width but there's a big issue. Like when I change the width of the application, it should change dynamically the width of the buttons. This will be slight issue, slight problem, but we can simplify and just expect that there won't be any resizing. Let's see if in code, as the application starts, like we can, here we have code, like it's not only this is just for the design. We will also code. And right now, when I start the application, I want each, there's another issue. The amount of buttons here is dynamic and dependent on the data. Okay, let's for now ignore the width because we still don't have the tags functionality. Let's first add that. And how will we able to see here which ones are the priority? Yeah, in the tags button. Yeah. Yeah, we have enough design. Yeah, this is enough. Let's remove the buttons. They will be added dynamically through code. Let's start the application. Now we have to add the logic. And also right now is the time we create the database. 38 minutes, okay. I hope we managed to create this on time. Now, the database. How will the database look? Let's create our database schema. So now we have our timers. By default, I want this to be disabled until we have a focus picked. Let's select the button. Start. Let's select the button and I think it was enabled. Yeah, I disabled it. Okay. And when we open the application, we cannot start the timer because there has to be a category picked, a tag. And right now we don't have tags. When the user clicks this button, he will be able to create tags and set which tags are priority. And when he sets tags as priority, like here, the user will be able to pick one, for example, other, and here the label will change the focus from none to other or YouTube, for example. This button will be enabled, we'll click start, and the timer will start. Now, let's think of the database. I'll use SQLite. Now, what will be the tables? I want the table for each session, each timer. When I click start, there will be a column for when we started, the date and time we hit start. And for the same row, there will be a date and time for when we hit stop. This will be the first table. There will be another table with tags. So when we create a tag in the table, there will be field for the tag name and whether it's a priority or not. The tags that are priority will be pinned here. And now the connection between the two tables. I have low battery. I'm using my phone as a webcam. Is it correctly set up? Yeah. Okay. Now the connection between the tags table and sessions table, how will we do it? Mm, uh, so we could have like another table that connects them, where when we click start, like when we click start, it will start the timer, but here we also have tag selected. So when the session is created, I'm wondering where to put the connections with the tag, because when creating databases, the reason why I'm thinking so much is that when creating a database, it's difficult to uh, mm, think of the design of the database. Like it's really easy to make the design really bad and to have repeating information, to have like there are even techniques of optimizing the database, like there are some kind of rules that you should follow. Like I studied this in university, computer science, and in my work I also had to deal with database. Okay, so let's set up the database. Let's set up the database. We'll be using the entity framework library. Maybe it's a library because you'll see. Now, how to set up SQLite? How was it? I forgot how to set it up. What I remember is that I have to install a Nugget package. Browse SQLite. Let's search. And there were a few versions. This core one, but there was another one. Okay, let's see here. Not properties. I really want to have a working application in 2 hours. So I really have to speed this up. Installed. Entity framework. SQLite, SQLite core. But which one did I use? Got that. Let's install both. Let's install both. I forgot which one was it. I think the core one. You know what? Let's install the core one. If there's an issue, we'll install the other one. What else I had to do? Let's see this. Let's see this guide quickly. Yeah, this person, I followed this person when I first made my application. He's very good. Okay, I think we downloaded the wrong one. We downloaded the wrong one. Where was it? Okay, this one. We have to install this one. What else does he do? Okay, he creates the classes for the entity framework, but I'm interested in I'm interested in there was yes, using this terminal, the commands he used. Okay, add migration. And what else? Yeah, I think it was only that. Update database. Okay. No. Yeah, I'll even you apply. Accept. Now let's set up this database. How did I set up before? Now I have this context. Okay. Now. We need to create a new. We need to create a class. New item. Class. And the name. Now we're setting up the entity framework. We're setting an entity framework because we will not use direct SQL queries. They will be automated. Like, you'll see how awesome this is. The first time I saw this, I was amazed. We need our context. SQLite context. Fine. Add. And let's use my previous context as a reference, and we will make our custom changes. Public. I have to change to standing. I'll also be right back. Okay. Let's continue. Now, as you see these are actually the tables. Before I just had timers and what I'm focused on. Now it will be yeah, this should be DB context. And this. Now this should be timer, this should be tax. Okay, what do I need to add here? Entity framework core. Yeah, it's using entity framework core. What about DB context? Yeah, this is from entity framework core. Why is it not updating? Let's create the other ones. Now we need to create our tag item and timer item. Add new item. Tag item. You know what? Let's internal. Let's leave it internal. Let's leave this. But this public. Tag item. Let's leave it public. And let's how did I do it? One more class. Class timer item. These are our tables for the database. And our timer. Our timer. Let's copy it and see what changes we have to make. And here it's not focus item, it's tag item. There's an issue. This is what I meant, the connection between them. Because here, the way it's set up now, tag item, tag item. How much time? Okay, we're close to halfway there. I really have to set up the database. Okay. The issue is that here, what I have is the way I'm connecting them is that each timer session, like when we press start, session gets created in the database, and it's connected to only one tag. It's connected to only one tag, and the issue is that I would want to add subtags. For example, here YouTube, that I'm focusing on YouTube, and then streaming, that I'm focusing on both YouTube and streaming. But the way it's set up right now with one tag, it will be limited to just YouTube. And how can I make it so that how did I do? I think for the other app I added milestones. I'll be right back. Okay, let's do this. Now, now, I had a similar thing with milestones. Like my other application, I was able to set milestones. I don't know why they are showing. And I think I was able to set multiple milestones for each focus. I think this will be a hint on how to do it. Milestone. So a milestone is connected to one item, and each focus item has a couple of milestones. Okay. So what we want here is so here we want one timer, like one session, to have multiple tags. But for the tag, we wanted each tag should also have multiple sessions. Like for example, let's try this. This should be it should be a collection. Yes. Changing to sitting. Let me change this. Let me check the OBS. Okay. Now it will be a collection. It will be a collection. So this should be collection of tag items, tags, tag item, and for each tag this should be tag ID. Remove this, and it should have connection to multiple timers. Timer. Right? Because what I'm thinking right now is when we start a session, it's connected to like these two tags, YouTube and streaming, for example. And when we end a session, like I can even show you DB browser, open recent, and we will open this one. Like this is the actual database for my other application. Browse data. Here it is, like easier to see. Like for timers, this is what it looks like. We have a start when the timer was started and an end. And this here has a connection with one focus item, where a focus item is just like what I'm working on. But here it's tag, not focuses. And here it's connected to one milestone. Okay, and how is the milestones? This will be quite hard. Okay, so when a timer is created, usually a connection like this where it's many to many, another table should be created. Like here, I'll just have my start and end in this table. And in the other table, it should be just my tag ID and the name of the tag. And in a third table, to have just the connections, this tag ID with this session. I hope the entity framework understands me correctly and does it the way I wanted it to happen. And let's have a name as well for the tag. Okay, the tag just has an ID and a name, and whether it's a priority. Public bool priority. Whether it's a priority. That's it. Our tags are done. Hopefully this does what I expected it to do. And timer has a start, end, and collection of tags as well. Timer ID. Okay, let's really speed it up, man. Let's really speed it up. What else? Context. Now let's solve this entity framework. Where is the context here? There's no entity. No, this is the wrong one. Why is this not registering? I think it installed the wrong one and bugged a bit. Entity. Like, let's see what I installed here. NuGet packages. So, entity core SQLite. Oh, I have proxies to install. Entity. What was its name? Proxies. Okay. This should fix it. This should fix it, and when we run the application, it should create the database. See, it fixed it. And this will be the name of the file. Because we are using SQLite, it will just create a file. Productivity.db. Let's see the folder. I want to see if the file is created. So it's bin debug. This is the exe that runs. Let's start it. Did it create? Microsoft. Okay, there isn't one. Okay, let's open the CLI to generate what we need. So what did he do? So he add migration initial. Add migration initial. In the assembly. Enable migrations. Oh no. We need migrations because when we change this context here, with migrations, we update the actual database. Let's see what he does. You're not hearing the audio. Let me add Brave. Fine.
Budget.db. So that's the full path of this database. And SQLite. Connection string for SQLite. There we go. So the first show our database for us. Use the package manager console to name it initial, and it'll create kind of like a blueprint on how it's going to create our SQL. And this is the one that we want. Microsoft.entity.
Why am I getting an error for add migration? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Framework 0.22, and if I do anything up higher, so I just hit install. Framework tools, this one right here, and we're going to do the same thing.
Anti-framework tools. Yeah, yes, that's that's what I need. Manage NuGet packages. Tools. It's always a missing package that's stopping me. This anti-framework, like the initial setup is a bit ugly. Only the initial setup. After that, the classes we created, we can directly use them without any complicated SQL queries. Like it's not a problem that it's not that it's difficult to create the queries to the database. It's just that you need so many of them and it takes so much time to write each one. Man, we don't have much time. I have to speed this up. Let's go all in. Tools. Console. And now let's add migration initial. Yes, it's working. Initial, and then I think it was update database.
initial our SQLite database, the initial migration, having what to create it. Let's go back down here. If we look, I do have a budget on, so hit enter.
Update database. Let's see if I have after the migration anything here. No. Let's do update database. Here it is. It added it here. Do I have it here? Or is it just... This is our database. Open containing folder. It added it here. Hope this is not a problem. And let's see what tables it created. Let's see what tables it created. Open database. Productivity. Yes, it created the third table. This is just for connecting them. Let's see. Browse. Timers. Okay, we have start and end for each timer. For the tags, we have ID, name, and priority. And this third table is tag ID and timer ID. Perfect. Man, Man, I love this entity framework. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. And here, this context is our access to all our tags and all of our timers. Like, you'll see now how much faster everything is. Now, when we start the application, does it still not create anything here? Weird. Now, when we hit tags, we really have to speed it up. About 40 minutes. About 40 minutes left. When we hit tag, I want another window to open where we can manage all of our tags. And there is another issue. How will we, like, we set a priority, but we haven't decided on the focus. Oh, god damn it. We haven't decided on how the focus will work. Because when we select, for example, YouTube and streaming, and we hit start, like, my initial idea is to have all the tags connected to just the current session. Yes. So, but yes, but the issue is, how will we have them selected? How will we indicate that they are selected? It could be internally, not within the database. Yes, we don't need to add the information of selected tags in the database. We don't need to do that. It can be just internally. So let's add this new window. Let's create this new window for selecting a tag. And I have similar thing in my other application. Let's create new window. Window. Tag management. This is our new window. And what we want, I want it to be similar to similar to this, where here we have our tags, but a lot simpler. A lot simpler. How to make it so. Like, I'll just have the tag names, right? Because in this version it's quite complicated. I have a lot more things, like I have these columns as well. What I'm wondering is, can I just pass with just the names, tag names? Do I need more information for each tag? Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it just the names. I don't think we need more columns. And here we will be able to delete a tag. Archive, oh, we need to update the database. Because the deletion, I don't actually delete items in the database. I mark them for deletion, just so if the user wants to undo the deletion, the item is not actually deleted in the database. The deletion, I need another field for each tag, a boolean, in a way to just manage if it's hidden or not. Edit, this is to edit the name of the tag. Add, to add a new tag. We don't need accept. We need to decide if it's a priority or not. So showing that it's a priority or not. Maybe for that we need another column. So here to say if it's a priority. Right? Yeah. I have to change to standing. Now. I'll be right back. Now, let's finish this. Let's finish this. We will have a priority column. We will have a priority column. We will use most of this, but we will change it. We will change a lot. We will change a lot in the design. And where did I change for full screen? Windows state maximized. How to zoom out? Okay. Now, we don't need archive button. Maybe. Archive is for when I can just state it as height, not delete. Because some tags you would want to delete, but others you just want to hide. They are not set for deletion. Let's just keep it as delete. Here I've actually done it in a quite bad way. I've used here a grid. The issue is that it's not reactive. I deleted one item and it doesn't fill that space. This should be a stack panel. Like, I recently learned about stack panels. Stack panel, buttons. And this should be in like row 1. It should be on row 1, column 1. No, column 2. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we cancel button, edit button. Yeah, we don't need these grid rows. Now, cancel. Cancel. What I'm wondering now is, like, before this was just selection. I select one and accept it, and it's something that I've picked. But now I'm not picking anything, I'm just managing. So there will be nothing returned. So this will be just close. We don't need accept. Add to, we have add to add attack. Delete to delete attack. Edit to edit the name of the attack. Man, I should really hurry up. Close button. And I can center them. Done. This is just a regular text box, and this is a list view. And it has name column, and it will have a priority. Total time, it will have a priority column. Done. This is done. Next, I want to update the database. For tag item, I need deleted, a boolean deleted. And when we click the delete button, it should make it as true. And the reason we did all those migrations is just so we can update this database. Now let's open the package manager, because right now we made a change in our code, how the database should look like, but our actual database is still the same. That's why we're doing all of these migrations. And here it's just like a commit for the database state schema. So this was add deletion to tags build failed. Why, man? Why did it fail? Oh, god damn it. Recent files, productivity, tags. It didn't. Why did it fail, man? Tag item. We have only 30 minutes. Man, this is so stressful. I added this bool for when it's deleted. I have this bool. That's what I added. And I'm trying to add a migration and it failed. Initial. Why did it fail, man? I have no idea why it failed. I just added. Man, this is really weird. Package manager console. Add deletion to tags. Both Entity Framework Core and Entity Framework 6 are installed. Okay, okay. Entity Framework Core tools are running. Alright. Let's... which one am I using? Where is the context? Context. Entity Framework Core. Okay. Let's delete one of them. Maybe they're conflicting. What are these packages? Oh no. What have secrets? What secrets? Package manager. Installed. So this person, what did he pick? I think it was just entity frame.
Out just because the versioning is high.
Entity framework core SQLite. Okay, installed entity framework core SQLite. Okay, this is what I will uninstall. Can't I just disable? I hope I removed the right one. Apply. Did it work? Did it work? Okay, finished. Let's go to context. Okay, this isn't broken. Package manager. Add migration. Oh, come on, man. Why does it want me to use an entity framework 6? Why does it want me to use this? Oh, and look at here how it says for Entity Framework 6. And here for Entity Framework Core. What? Entity Framework? Let's see what I have installed. Man, this is... I told you that the configuration is the most annoying part. Once it's configured, it's super cool. Entity Framework Core is cool. Why do I still have this? Uninstall this package. Entity Framework Core Tools, SQLite, Entity Framework. This is Entity Framework 6. This is Entity Framework Core. So, is this the issue? I think this is the issue. Let's uninstall it. But did that person install Entity Framework? I think they're conflicting. Okay, have SQLite, proxies, and tools. Should be done. Let's just restart it. Let's just restart. Let's package manager console, add migration, tags, add delete. Build failed, but we don't get the previous error that it's confused which one. Add migration, build failed. I need more context. I need more. It's because folder projects in your solutions. This person just has multiple projects. View output build. View output build. I think here we have error. Tag manager. Yes, we have some context. Perfect. This is just a warning, but these are error. Tag manager does not contain a definition for. Oh. It's the issue is for here. What? Yeah, for the buttons, oh my god. Let's see. Yeah, it's just not compiling the project. That's what it is. I want to minimize this, not maximize it. What? Yeah, it's just the buttons. Click. This should be delete, add, cancel should be close. Button click. this adds them automatically, the functions. This done. And when we go here, now we have the functions. When we click the button, these functions are called. Man, I really am running out of time. I really want this to be working. Error. Key down. And selection changed. Let's add these functions. Key down. I can just do the same thing. Key down and selection changed. Selection changed. And key down. Where is the key down? It's on the text box. Oh, come on. Done. Let's compile this. It should what now? Selection change. Okay. It just added that. I did it too many times. Finally compiles. Let's migrate now. Let's update the database. Add migration. I want this to be capital. Finally, but you don't know how happy I am. Update database. And now when we check the database, we can see that tax has the deleted boolean field. Okay, let's continue. Tag management will take up some time, sadly. Man, I really want to change this from 2 hours to 3 hours. I really want to finish this. So now when I start this, now when I press tags, let's add the buttons. Button start. I have to name it. Start button, and this should be tags button. This should be timer label. This should be focus label, and this tag panel should be tags stack panel. Done. Now the buttons, when they're clicked, new event, and when this button is clicked, new god damn it, tags button click. Done. Okay, when tags button is clicked, I want how did I create the windows? This happened with yeah, this thing, dialog. I just want a dialog. Tags button, dialog, okay. Now this should be the tag management. Show dialog, and we look at the result. We look at the result, and we do nothing with the result. Yeah, we do nothing with the result. We just show the dialog. But mm, yeah, for now, let's do nothing with the result. And now when we start, when we start and we hit tags, we get this tag management with our close, add, etc. And our each tag name and priority. Here, I will just type the tag name and hit enter or add, and it should create the actual tag. Man, I'm so hyped. And this output is so annoying. Okay, now let me and okay, let's change to here and let's focus on add button. Click add button, and we can go to the context and create a function for creating a tag. For creating a tag, and let's see how we tackled creation here. Pick update, cancel, add button. This uses the context. Okay, when we create a tag, yeah, this what should be. But how did we do the functions? Focus item, public, yeah, public. Dude, what is this auto completion? Add tag, name, and priority. Like by default, the priority is false. By default, the priority is false. False. Okay, this creates new tag item, adds it to our current tags with the name priority. Save changes. Do we have to save change? What? Do we have to save change? No. Yeah. I guess. Let's try without save. Yeah, let's try without saving changes. So now, yeah. We don't. I think we don't need to save changes. Now for add button, we need to use context. Yeah, let's just, I'll do it as a separate function because it will be called when the add button is clicked and when enter is pressed on the text box. Here we need to create our context. We need to create our context now. We don't need this. And we just need to, with our context, we need to add tag. We need to add tag. How did I get the name? Add focus text box. Yeah, I should change the name. This right here is add focus text box. I need to change it. How much time do we have? Oh God. I will need a bit more time. This should be add tag text box. Add focus text box. I don't have to manually rename. You cannot rename this. Oh god. Add tags. Fine. And then we like this is how easy it is to work with the entity framework. We have to start the context, and within that context, like this using, just make it so when this code executes, like we're done with the context. It should dispose of it after this. But it would be quite similar as if this is here and we don't have this. But this using is just so we dispose of it properly. And here within the context, we just add a tag with our text box value and we save the changes. And that's it. Like no SQL queries, really easy to work with. So we update the text box. We clear the text box and we update the list box. So we should update what's shown. But right now, I need... Oh, I don't want to change the standing. I need a bit more time than 2 hours. When we initialize, name column, what? Total time, priority column. These are the columns. We are binding them to we are binding them to the class because we will say that we will add let me write a bit more code and this will make sense. So update list box, update title. What was title? Oh yeah, we don't need it. Update list box. This should dynamically set the tags of the list box, but we need to change it a lot. Now the context is our SQLite context. We don't need this. Now, if focus item is no, yeah, we don't need this. List item view, item sources equals our context tags where each tag is not deleted. order by, we don't need to order. It will be helpful to have when they're created, but should I have when? Okay, let's leave it like this. And this should update them. Let's test it. Tags test. At save changes error. No such table tags. What? No such table tags? Oh, I see. I see. I I know what the problem is. It's just it doesn't see the database. I'll copy paste it here. Ah, it has it. What? Oh, it's not update. No. What? Productivity. What? Let's open it. Productivity app. Bin debug. Productivity DB. It's empty. Yeah. Now this DB, for some reason it's empty. Replace. Yeah. Because it's not working with this database. It has no connection with it. So I just copy pasted it. Now let's open tags. Let's test at here to store query is not supported. Load. Okay, here I'm just not doing it properly. I think I have to, here where it's tags, I need to, I think I also had as enumerable. Test. Yes. Why do I have it two times? Test two. Oh, I didn't update it the first. Yes. Yes. We have our tags added and we can open the database here. Browse tags, and here are the tags. Yes. Now we need to update it here. Update list box. And also I want the key down functionality when enter is pressed on the text box. Key down. It just calls the add button function. Now for deletion, I don't need this. I think I have to change it here as well. Text box, key down. Selection change, no. Deletion. Now for deletion, for need to use the context. Quite a bit messy. So now we need our own context. Now for context tags and as enumerable. No. I can create a function that does this. Context. I can get it. Get a return. Now it will return tag item. Get tag item with ID. And from tags, tag ID. Great. Now, tag management, I can just say tag item context get tag item. Okay, back to setting. I want a bit more time, maybe 30 more minutes. I want a bit more time. Bit more time. Tag item will get the current item and its ID. Now, how did we get the selected item? Selected its tag item. And it should be tag ID. Like we when we delete them, okay. And if we find the tag item, we set its deleted as true, save changes and update list box, but we also want to when selection changes, we want to enable the delete button because by default it's not enabled. Selection changes. Get selected item, true, add tag. Accept, archive. Yes, and let's change it. Close button, okay. And let's edit the close button. How did I, yeah, dialog result. True. Right? Cancel, accept. Yeah, this should work. So now, tags, this updates. Test 3. Good. And we can delete this one. Look at how awesome this is, man. And I want the edit to work. Edit button. How did we edit? Edit button. But we will have to make changes. Add tag our current context. We don't need this. And this should be the current text box. And here we are getting the tag item, like here. We're getting the tag item. If we find the tag item that's currently selected, because we want to edit it, we change its name to the what's in the text box. We save the changes, clear the text box, update the list, and it should be complete. Tags, let's say this, we want to add a space, edit, and it updated. That's it. Tag management is complete. Oh, priority. Let's add the priority. So we need another button. Delete, edit. Here we can. Priority. Toggle priority. Toggle priority. Fine. Oh, it should be disabled. Is enabled false. Is enabled false. Priority button, and here we want for selection change. Selection change. We want this to change, and we also want it to have we also want it to have a click on click. New event. Good. And where is it? Add button. Yeah, it's on the bottom. Where did we update the name? And I'll just copy it. Edit. Priority button. So we get the current tag. Why is it like that? Edit. Why did it paste like that? We want its priority to be the opposite of what it was. Man, I really like the entity framework system. What's the issue? Output. Click is oh, okay. I've set it up 2 times here. Now, tags. I can set this as priority. Done. Done. Okay, so now I can delete this and I can have chill YouTube University order. Chill YouTube University order. Done. And I can set them as a priority. Test. And this test one shouldn't be a priority, just for testing purposes. Close. Now I want here to see them as options, to pick them as a focus. Man, I'm so close, but I'm over the 2-hour limit. Next, now, here, let's focus on this now. This on startup should pick up the priority tags and should show them without the widths. Without the widths for now. For now, without the widths. So I should see each of them. How should this happen? How to WPF, how to create a button through code. Да няма create button. New button. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it should be a separate function. Should be separate function on when it's initialized. Oh, not this one. Here. When it's initialized, I want this stack panel, tags stack panel to add there. Private void update tags. Here we want to create the buttons, content, and tags stack panel. We add the children. This is just text for testing purposes. Let's see. Okay, it added some random buttons. Now. Let's we need to use the context. Using what? What? Tag panel clear? What was this auto completion? What? Okay, each tag in context tags. Yeah, but I want the tags that are a priority. Let's go to context, public, but how to get an array? We don't need. No, we don't need. We can do it hard-coded. We can hard-code it. Where was that? We can hard code it. Var priority tags context. Yeah, where it's... Man, this is so awesome. In priority tags, new button, tag name, content name is... What? I can change the name. Tag ID to string. What? What? Man, this is so awesome. Button. And we are... Man, I think this is it. What's the... It's not valid value for... Oh, okay. Tag number button. Priority up. Yo! What? Why does it have the... Oh! And and the... And it should be... It shouldn't be deleted. It worked. Here the tags chill, YouTube, and university and other. Oh, it worked. Now, but how to make the click function? Now when one of them is clicked, I want to update the focus. I want to update the focus. And here to say, for example, when I click YouTube, I want here to say YouTube. What if I change here tags? Remove this priority. Close. What? It updated? What? Isn't this function called one? Oh no, it didn't update. Okay. I have to call it again. Here. But it could be false as well. Yeah. I run it. And now if I go to tags and set chill to true and I close it, it updates. Yes! Man, this is so cool! And then there no messages. Okay. Now I want to be able to click them. Button click. What? Routed event handler. Okay, yes. What? I can set a tag. New button tag is equal to... no, it should be... it should be just tag ID. Right? Or I can leave it like this. And then I can say this. New button. Tag button click. Tag button click. And now you clicked sender as button. Let me see. Okay, var tag item. Man, this auto completion is so OP, man. And then focus label. Let's see, will this work? And now when I click university. What? What? Yo. Yo. What else? I want them to be handled. Yeah, I have an idea. I need an array, I think. Private. But I need them to be a collection, I think. Private. I need them. You know what? I'll just have them as one for now. I'll have them as one. I'll just have one tag item. Private tag item current tag. Current tag. Current tag. And update focus label. We will limit it for one tag because of the time frame. Private update focus label. But here I want it to be a void. No. Focus label. Current tag equals no tag selected. Update focus label and here as well. It should be like this. Focus none. And now YouTube University other. Okay. And when we click, and this should and if current tag is not no, start button is enabled, should be like this. And so now, yes, So now we can start timer. So now we can start timer, and I will leave it at that when I have the start timer working. Start button using context. How did I create start timer? What? Yeah, focus item. Yeah, daytime offset now. Daytime offset now. End is now. And context timers. No. I think I'll have to end it at that. Like I'm way past 2 hours. Oh, I'm quite disappointed. I just need more time. Too many compromises have to be made for me to be on time. Like what we have right now. What we have right now is this. We can set tags here. They're set up in a database. We can set them as priority if we want. The priority tags are here. They're not automatically set the width because we haven't monitored any work. Here the focus changes when you click a tag, and we can start one. What I also wanted was this: when we click YouTube, these priorities to be removed, and to have just for YouTube subtags, for example, streaming, content creation, etc. But for 2 hours is also quite good progress. I'll just end the stream here. Like it's